Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity, and I'm up today with a Panalisa Let's Make This. Now what I started doing is going back through some of the hauls that I've received and some of the things that I never got a chance to make. So this week I'm going to be doing quite a bit of that. So there's my little Panalisa bag, so that I know I've got to put everything back in nice and tidy. And this is a pocket die with various panels and a little top embellishment. So that's your pocket, and then you get two frame layers. You get a fancy pocket layer. You get a heart, which you can cut out on its own, or you can cut in, because this die, as you see, it hasn't got a cutting edge. So in order to get that to cut out as a heart, you have to use both together. So you use both together, you'll get your pretty cut out, and then use that one on its own so that you've got a solid back. So that's the heart piece. And then you get lots of little pieces that you can layer up in whatever colours you want to, really, and they go on top of that fancy panel at the back there. So I'm going to stick, I think, with craft gold and white today. So I'm going to run off and do some die cutting, and I'll be right back. Right, I've done that. So the panels come in two sizes, so I decided to cut one in craft, one in white, and I've done exactly the same again. So, you know, I was cutting both out at the same time. So depending on which way around I really want to do my little card. And one of the things that I forgot to do is you need to cut a panel to stick your pocket onto. So please excuse me while I just go and chop that. Right, so I did that, and here's my little card panel, just plain white in 4x5 1/4. So I'm just going to pop that off to one side. Right, so here's the pocket, and I've cut that in craft cardstock. And here is the layering piece, which is going to go on top of that pocket. And then I've done the heart. So I cut the plain black background, as I said, and then I used this one with the heart so that it would cut out. If you don't want it to cut out as a heart and you just want the design cut into a card, then just don't use the heart piece with that section, and then that will layer on top of that. Now my idea for that one is that this is going to make a little something. I think I'm going to go with the white and craft, actually. That's going to pop out of that pocket and just be a little bit of something extra. So I'm just going to pop that there for a minute and move those other two out of the way. And then you get pieces that build up this flower section. Now I have cut some craft, but I've also cut some gold, and while I was gone I glued my gold on top of craft, so that it would just make those pieces look a little bit, you know, sort of chunkier. And they piece together, like you can see this pattern here, like this. And then you've got a little gold stem, which I didn't layer up because I wanted my other bits to sort of like be proud to that. And then you've got a gold frilly bit that goes up here. Obviously I've got to glue them down properly, and then I've left this as regular cardstock, which slots into there, and then you get another little fancy piece that will go up there. So I'm hoping you can see all that as I'm stopping. And then I've left my leaves as just regular craft cardstock, so I've got that. And then for the hearts here, you can see you've got these little bell flowers, and you get 4 of those. So I layered my gold glitter up on top of my craft again, and that's where those will glue. So right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move those pieces out of the way now, and I'm just going to glue this on, and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm moving in my card base here because we're going to use that in a second, and I've glued that panel onto there, and as you can see there are score lines all the way around, and I've just put some tape on the outside edge, and of course we've still got to build the pattern up on there. And this is going to be my card, so my little pocket is going to go onto my card. And I also glued the white heart piece down onto the craft piece, and I just popped some foam on the back, so I've got that. And I've also glued that one down onto there. So those two are going to make my little note card. And of course you could also do stamping on there if you want to, but as I donate mine, I just don't really bother putting sentiments on much. So yeah, here's me making a mistake. Don't peel your tape off yet, because you've got to fold at your score lines, and you can see those along there. And I've just got it picked up so that you can have a look. And I'm going to go along there, and then I'm going to use my bone folder and try and get that down as flat as I can. I'm using very heavyweight cardstock due to the fact that there's something ridiculous like 98% humidity here at the moment. And we had a glorious thunderstorm yesterday. I'm not going to complain about that though, because of course your trees and your flowers need to be watered. And then do the same, just tease it with your finger until you find that score line, and then just go in with your bone folder. And it's as easy as that. Just make sure that you got it straight, because you know what I'm like. I think I've done it straight. If not, you'll have to excuse me. Right, so I've got my card base. I hope you can see that. And I'm just going to peel the tape off now. And then I want to find the centre of my card. I don't necessarily need to go to the bottom, but somewhere there might be nice. And I just hope that I got it on straight. And if not, you just got to forgive me. Right, so we've got our little pocket on there. Now you could, if you've got a hole punch, you know, put some notches in so that you're tying in with your notches there, and that would look really, really pretty. Now while I've got this, I'm just going to take off my foam bits, because I want to know if it fits in that pocket. And I'm just going to go, oh, I'm trying to think somebody putting a sentiment. I reckon they're likely to put the sentiment at the bottom. So I'm going to go there for my little note card. And does it fit? Now bear in mind that I did put foam on there. Now you don't have to go all the way down, and somebody can actually see that bit there. I haven't got mine in straight, so I'll straighten it up. But doesn't that look pretty with the heart just, you know, hanging out of the top there? But you can go all the way in, so that the person, or this could be your page, you know, if you're doing a little album, has got to go all the way down. But I like the idea of it being up like that. I think that looks really cute. Right, now the next bit is the decoration of it. So first of all, I'm going to go in with my little gold stem, which goes down here. I'm just going to find that piece. I'm sliding everything off the table because I had to cut my nails for gardening. And then I'm going to try and get that accurately in there. I think it goes all the way onto that piece, so that you've got a little bit of white just at the bottom. I hope I got it right anyway. I'm sure there's somebody here who'll tell me if I've got it wrong. And now I'm going to go with this piece, which is in gold, and pop that on there. So I can basically see the framework of that shape because it's so beautifully embossed. So I'm just going to pop that in. I may actually have got my stem completely wrong, and it's a good job that we do have humidity, because that is supposed to go there. So now I'm just going to wobble my stem. So your stem does go all the way to the bottom. So I hope you can see that now. My little faux pas. There's a word for a Monday. And then my next one is my little gold frilly bit. And it kind of, you know, explains itself as you go along, because you've got all those shapes to fit everything to. So working within your arch there, I'm just going to pick that up to myself just to make sure that I've got it in the right place. So you've got just a little bit of a white edge. And then my craft bit goes into there. Now I want to glue my little gold bit on first. So this is like a teeny weeny spidery looking piece. And I'm just dragging the glue off to the edge because I don't want to use a huge amount. And if you get a bunch of glue on your fingers, don't worry about it. So I'm getting that on there, and then I'm trying to pick it up, and then you just need to scoot it over, and that's basically how that piece should go. Yep. Right, so onto the back of here now, glue to stick it down. And I know that I should have filled up my glue bottle, and it's the first thing I'm going to do as soon as I finish filming, and that will slot onto there. Now if you wanted to, you could have put your spiky bit on over the top, but I didn't want to do that because I'm thinking that because I built it up on craft cardstock and did them double thickness, that the flower would kind of like come towards me and look a lot more dimensional. So that's how I've done it, but you don't have to do it like that. Just going to move it that way just a fraction. So I've now got that, and then the next thing is the craft flowers, the leaves, sorry. And those shapes basically dictate where they go. So I'm trying to think if that goes there. I'm looking at my other one. That one goes in there. Yeah, I think it must. Although it seems wrong. Oh no, that one goes there. There we go. Yeah, you just got to follow your shapes. So that's that first one. I do apologise, my glue is taking an awful long time to work its way down. And then this is the next one. Going on to there. I need to push that over there actually. And then slide that bit up. I'm just holding it to myself so that I can see. I believe that that is it. I'm giving that a press. I hope you can see that. It kind of, the centre pushes towards you. Right, so that is the gold and the fancy on top of that bit. And then on the little cards there are 4 little bell-shaped flowers, which are super easy because it's just a dot of glue and use your pickup tool. So I'm just going to stick those on, and then I'll come back when it's all dry. Right, so there we have it, Panalisa's fabulous little pocket die and note card set, and there it is like that, and we've got our gold onto here now. So pretty. I mean, just a gorgeous stamp of love or a little sentiment there. It fits right inside of that pocket, and I kind of like the idea of, you know, just a little bit of that heart going inside. So let's do that. I want to get it level there. I'm happy now. So there you have it. Thanks so much for joining me today. Have an absolutely wonderful day, and as usual, all links below. Bye.